what started to be unearthed, and we've started to become a part of these coalitions, is we realized that foreign adversaries recognized the value of this idea and intentionally weaponized it with bots. And the level of this foreign malign influence on our people is like shocking. I mean, I'm deep into it and I'm still shocked.
China?
China is the biggest player. Russia, Iran, Venezuela was. Weirdly, their bots went silent.
Odd.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
so,
a few
something
months
went
back,
on.
as I
Yeah,
recall.
it was. It's funny. I had written a little bit about the Venezuela one in Collective Illusions, and then it just what's been going on the world stage. It just came out, and then I've been going all around the world doing things. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's good for me, bad for society, but there are trade-offs, right?
You do get around. I mean, you mentioned that Taiwan trip, and I did want to gloss over that. And I know you were over in Israel right after October 7th.
Yeah.
That must have been a hell of a trip.
It was one of those profoundly life-altering experiences because...
Who invited you? What can you tell me about that?
So I can tell you a little bit. So I had a Jewish American friend who also, and another Israeli friend, and they had, after the attacks on October 7th, one of the biggest things that emerged in the US that really frightened a lot of people was that Harvard-Harris poll that said that 60% of Gen Z believed Hamas was justified in the rape and murder of 1,200 innocent Israeli civilians. Not we are worried about innocent lives and we should be careful, which anybody that isn't, I would think, is a monster, but that they were justified. And if that it was true, if that tapped real sentiment, then I think Israelis were in big trouble, right? Because they were like, we're at risk.
We were in big trouble.
We would be, I mean, there'd be a rot at the core. So they said, well, we need to show you something. We think it has to do with your work. And I'm like, cool, well, show me. And they're like, well, you have to come. I was like, wait, this is like 6.5 weeks after the attacks. So they're at war.
Good grief. So it's like Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh. I literally was on vacation for Thanksgiving in the Bahamas. And I get this call. I still remember I'm on a golf cart going to dinner. Pull over and I'm like, okay, I guess I got to go. Right?
Todd, who called? I mean, is it the Mossad?
No.
Who in the administration? I'm just trying to imagine, like, get L. Todd Rose.
L. Todd Rose. No. And so the only way you could get there was on El Al. They weren't letting anyone fly in. I learned that El Al has missile defense technologies on their planes, which made me feel good.
On the commercial flights?
What was really wonderful is, both. It turned out it was true. So they had. We deployed our private opinion methods on that same statement, and found that it was not 60%. It was only 7% of Gen Z actually believed that. But when you asked them, what do you think your peers believe? They thought 85% of their peers thought Hamas was justified, which, by the way, if I think that and I just want to belong, one of the most powerful motivations that we have as humans is to be part of something. And if I think my group believes this, and here's the thing, most of these young people couldn't have pointed out Gaza on a map, have no understanding of it. So that's the best way you can manipulate, right? You have no real understanding.
So wait. Just so I understand, from the river to the sea, I've seen the protests. I saw the Ivy League.
Yep.
People are camping out. I saw that disastrous testimony from McGill and Gay, and my
shameful.
God. Right. So we're not imagining that this is happening, but what you're saying is the number of people who were participating who actually had conviction.
Who truly believed it. Tiny. And in fact, that number has collapsed over time. It is now, in our latest research on this amongst Gen Z, it is now in private down to 2%. And here's the thing. So what they had found was that, so why is this happening, right? How does that happen? And it turns out that it wasn't organic. So there are people who believe it, right? This is how it always works. There are always fringes that you can get a small percentage of people to believe any dumb thing, right? And what they discovered was that China was manipulating the algorithms of TikTok to drive that anti-Semitic sentiment amongst Gen Z specifically. Now, it wasn't because China is particularly hates Jews or something. I don't think they care less. And if you Google this now, you'll see a lot of it's become public. So I can talk about that. They saw TikTok as a weapon, a psychological weapon, and it is. It's so clever if you think about it. Like, Facebook was at least your friends. X is you choose to follow. TikTok was the first algorithmically driven. It's virality. It's pushed to you. And now everybody else has followed suit because it turns out to be super addictive, right? What a clever mechanism to be able to manipulate. So if all I'm seeing on my feed over and over again is certain things liked and reposted and stuff like that, it's very hard for your brain not to be like, I think this is what we believe.
Yeah.
And then you get them out in the streets protesting. I still remember one.
And you assume that everybody else is seeing the same thing.
Correct, even though they're not. That's the
Right.
beauty of it, is it's so customized. It's unbelievable. And so, the documents that were stolen and made public was like, it wasn't about Israel. It was about Taiwan. So the ability, it's refining that weapon so that when they want to take Taiwan, they activate it, and our young people are out in the streets saying, hands off China, like they did with hands off Iran.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah.